Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. All of you, please switch on your videos. Nandana, Emmanuel, Dia, Rijas, and Meher, please switch on your videos. Okay. So in our last class, we discussed about alternating current and we define or we discuss about the alternating current or AC voltage through a resistor. So before entering into the average calculation of the average value of the average power through the resistor, once again we can recollect all the points that we were discussed in our last class. Then Nandana, what do you mean by alternating current?
Current that changes during a period of time.
Yes, the current, if the magnitude and the direction of the current is changes in alternative intervals of period or at regular intervals of period, we can call such current as alternating current. Then, Emmanuel, can you say any two advantages of AC over DC?
This is easy to use the AC. Alternative current is easy to use.
Okay, then.
Then
Actually, this alternating current is, especially it is usable for the, okay.
cheaper to generate.
It is easy to generate and it is easy for long distance transmission of the power. We need to transmit the power over a long distances. So compared to that of the DC current, AC current is easy to transmit over a long distance, and it is the generation of AC current is cheaper than that of the DC current, and we can easily convert AC into DC, but the reverse process is not possible. Then what about the value of current, or how we can calculate the current that is generated in an AC voltage through a resistor? Rijas, what is the equation for current that is developed in a resistor when it is connected to an AC voltage? Equation for current. If it is a DC current, we are generally represented with the letter I. But if the resistor, the electrical component is connected to an AC source, what about the equation or how we can represent the current? I is equal to? I is equal to Im sine omega t. So if the electrical component like resistor is connected to an AC voltage source, the voltage that is passing through the resistor is given by V is equal to Vm sine omega t, and it will generate an alternating current through this electric component that is given by I is equal to Im sine omega t. Then Punya, what is the equation for calculating the instantaneous values of power that is generated in a resistor when it is connected to AC voltage?
P instantaneous is equal to Vm Im sine square omega t.
Okay, P instantaneous values of power, P instantaneous is equal to Vm Im into sine square omega t. Okay, and what is this omega t indicates? Omega t?
Phase angle.
Omega t is the phase angle. Instead of theta, here we are using a phase angle. It is represented by omega t. So now let us continue with the calculation of average value of power. Okay, average value of power. Instantaneous value of power is given by P instantaneous is equal to Vm Im into sine square omega t. Average value of power can be calculated by, it is represented by P bar. Put a bar over the letter P. P bar is equal to Vm Im into summation over sine square omega t. This is what we were discussing in our last class. So the average value of the power that is developed in a resistor when it is connected to an AC voltage source is given by P bar is equal to Vm Im into summation over sine square omega t. But this summation over sine square omega t, the value of summation over sine square omega t is equal to half, 1 by 2. Then the average value of power becomes P bar is equal to Vm Im into 1 by 2. That is sine square omega t. This is equal to 1 by 2. Then that term is become half. So P bar is equal to Vm Im divided by 2. So here we get the average value of power P bar is equal to Vm Im divided by 2. And here we are going to split this term into 2. That is P bar is equal to Vm by root 2 into Im divided by root 2. So in effect, root 2 into root 2, that is equal to 2. So we split this 2 into 2. 2 is equal to root 2 into root 2. So we split that term into 2, Vm divided by root 2 into Im divided by root 2. And in physics, this Vm divided by root 2 indicates this term Vm by root 2 is known as the root mean square value of voltage. Okay, it is known as the root mean square value of EMF. Root mean square value of EMF. By this term Vm by root 2, we indicates root mean square value of EMF. And it is represented by VRMS. This RMS stands for root mean square value. Root mean square, RMS. Okay. So this Vm by root 2 means VRMS, root mean square value of EMF. Then can you guess what is this Im by root 2 stands for? Im by root 2. If Vm by root 2 indicates the root mean square value of EMF, then what is this Im by root 2 indicates?
Root mean square value of current.
Yes, it is the root mean square value of current. Root mean square value of current. And it is represented by IRMS. So Vm by root 2 indicates root mean square value of EMF. It is represented by VRMS. Similarly, the Im by root 2 indicates root mean square value of current. It is indicated by or represented by IRMS. Then the equation for average power becomes P bar is equal to, instead of Vm by root 2, we can write VRMS. And instead of Im by root 2, we can write IRMS. So this is the final expression for calculating the average value of power when a resistor is connected to an alternative source of EMF. V is equal to Vm sin omega t. It is given by P bar is equal to VRMS into IRMS. Any doubt? So here we are starting with average value of power that is developed in a resistor when it is connected to an alternative source of EMF. V is equal to Vm sin omega t. We take the same expression for the instantaneous value of power. The instantaneous value of power is given by Vm Im sin square omega t. In order to find the average value, we take their summation over sin square omega t. But the summation over sine square omega t is equal to half. You just by heart that value. Summation over sine square omega t is equal to half. So when we substitute that value, the average value of power become P bar is equal to Vm Im into half, or we can write Vm Im divided by 2. Then we just split this term into 2. That is Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2. So P bar is equal to Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2. But in physics, by this term Vm by root 2, we means that the root mean square value of EMF, it is represented by Vrms. And by this term Im by root 2, we indicates the root mean square value of current, and it is represented by Irms. So in effect, the final expression of average value of power becomes P bar is equal to Vrms into Irms. So here once again I recollect all the equations for AC voltage through resistor. AC voltage through resistor. We can recollect all the final expression for AC voltage through resistor. We are starting with alternative source of voltage. So in the case of AC voltage through resistor, the value of voltage is given by, or EMF is given by, V is equal to Vm sine omega t. And when a resistor is connected to a circuit which contains an AC voltage, the current generated in the resistor is given by I is equal to voltage given to the circuit is V is equal to Vm sine omega t. During that time, it generates a current, and the value of that current is given by I is equal to
Im.
Im sine omega t. I is equal to Im sine omega t. And the instantaneous value of power that is generated in an resistor when it is connected to an AC voltage is given by P instant is equal to, unmute and say, instantaneous value of Vm Im sine square omega t. Vm Im sine square omega t. And the average value of power, that is P bar, or you can write P average. I think it is better to write P bar. P bar is equal to, this P bar is indicates the average value of power that is generated in the resistor when it is connected to an AC voltage source. So P bar is equal to average value of power. If you are not saying the answer, it is utter failure. Yes. Vrms
Into Irms.
into Irms. Okay. So these are the final equations that is regarding with the resistor when it is connected to an AC voltage source. So the first one is the alternative source of EMF, or the voltage that we are applied to a resistor. It is given by V is equal to Vm sin omega t. When we apply this alternative source of EMF to a resistor, it will generate a current that is alternating in nature, and its value is given by I is equal to Im sin omega t. As a result of this current flow, a power generated in the resistor that is connected to alternative source of EMF, that power is given by P instantaneous. We get an instantaneous value of the power. That instantaneous value of power is given by Vm Im into sine square omega t. And from that equation, we can calculate the average value of power. The average value of the power is given by P bar is equal to Vrms into Irms. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we can move to the next component. So this is all about the AC voltage through resistor. Now we are going to discuss the AC voltage through inductor. AC voltage through inductor.
Ma'am,
Yes.
do we have numerical problems from the equations that we did?
Yes. In exercise section, there are a lot of numerical problems are there regarding with the same equations. AC voltage through inductor. What do you mean by inductor? Any idea? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 are on the screen. What about others? All of you, please switch on your videos. What do you mean by inductors? Any idea? Have you heard about inductors? I hope that you heard about the term induction, right? Induction. What do you mean by induction?
Creation of current, change in the EMF.
Yes, once again.
Ma'am, formation of current when there is change in the EMF.
It is the generation of current as a result of the change in EMF. So here inductors are the devices that stores the energy in the form of magnetic energy. So this is the definition for inductors. So what do you mean by inductors? Inductors are the devices which stores energy in the form of magnetic energy. We are discussing about these inductors in the chapter of electromagnetic induction and magnetic effects of electric current. So inductors are a devices, or it's a material that is something associated with the magnetic effect. So inductors are the devices that stores energy in the form of magnetic energy. And the inductors are in the form of coil or chokes. It is in the form of coil or chokes. Example, solenoid. Solenoid is an inductor. It is in the form of a coil. An insulated copper wire wound in the shape of a cylindrical coil. It's an example for inductor. So solenoid. Can you say one more example for inductor?
Toroid.
Toroid. Solenoid, toroid, etc. are examples for inductors.
Ma'am, what are chalks, ma'am?
Chalk means something that we are used in olden days. Something we are a material or device used in tubes. Chalk tubes are available in order to regulate the value of voltage and current and all. So that is what is known as chalks. So AC voltage through inductors. Nowadays the chalks are not there in the tubes. I think so. We cannot visible it. So AC voltage through inductors. Inductors are the devices that stores the electrical energy in the form of magnetic energy, and it is in the form of coil like solenoid, toroid and chalks, etc. So here we can derive some expression. What about the nature of current developed in the case of inductor when it is connected to an AC voltage? And what about the nature of power that is generated in an inductor when it is connected to AC voltage? And we need to represent them graphically, and we need to study the phasor diagram of the AC voltage through inductors, just similar to that of the case of AC voltage through resistor. Okay. So first of all, we can consider the circuit. So here the electrical component resistor is replaced by inductor. Inductor is in the form of a coil. So here we consider an inductor, and it is connected to an alternative source of EMF. So consider an inductor with resistance equal to L. Consider an inductor with resistance equal to L. That is the resistance offered by the inductor. The resistance offered by the resistor is represented by capital letter R. Similarly, the resistance offered by the inductor is represented by L. So consider an inductor with a resistance L. I think that it is better to use the term inductance. Instead of the term resistance, you use inductance. Consider an inductor with the inductance equal to L. Instead of resistance, you can use inductance. An inductor with the inductance L, and it is connected to an alternate. Yes.
Ma'am, can you say again? Ma'am?
Consider an inductor. Consider an inductor with the inductance. Consider an inductor with the inductance equal to L. And it is connected to an alternative source of EMF. And it is connected to an alternative source of EMF. V equal to Vm sin omega t. The same alternative source of EMF V is equal to Vm sin omega t is applied to the inductor. So here the only change is we are replace the resistor with the another electrical component, that is inductor. So here we consider the inductor with the inductance L, and it is connected to an alternative source of EMF. V is equal to Vm sin omega t. Then the induced EMF that developed in an inductor is given by the induced EMF that developed in an inductor is given by V is equal to L into di by dt. Are you familiar with this equation? This is the same equation for induced EMF for self-induction. Instead of this V, we are using E. E is equal to L into di by dt. So this is the general expression for calculating the induced EMF that developed in an inductor. So the induced EMF that developed in an inductor is given by, instead of V, here sometimes we can use the E. Otherwise, you may generate a confusion. E is equal to L into di by dt, induced EMF. Since it is an induced EMF, we can represent it with the letter E itself. The induced EMF that generates in an inductor is given by E is equal to L into di by dt. Because here we are consider only one coil. So the self-induction is possible. That is why we are choosing that equation. So whenever the alternative source of EMF V is equal to Vm sin omega t is passing through the circuit, and EMF is generated, an induced current, thereby an induced current is going to generate in this circuit. So the general expression for the induced EMF that will generate in the circuit is given by E is equal to L into di by dt. But here we are applying an alternative source of EMF. V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So we can replace this E, epsilon, by Vm sin omega t. But here we are using an alternative source of EMF that is equal to Vm sin omega t. So we can, once again, we can rewrite this equation in the form Vm sin omega t is equal to L into di by dt. The first equation is the general expression for the induced EMF that will generate in an inductor when a voltage is passing through it. But here we are using an alternative source of EMF Vm sin omega t. That is why we are replace the term E by Vm sin omega t. So Vm sin omega t is equal to L into di by dt. Then can you say what is di by dt from this equation? Can you find an expression for di by dt? Di by dt is equal to Just rearrange the equation. Vm sin omega t is equal to L into di by dt, which implies di by dt is equal to, it's right, unmute and say. Yes. Vm,
Sin omega t by L.
yes, Vm sin omega t by L. We're just rearranging the equation in order to find an expression for rate of change of current that is passing through the inductor. Okay, so Vm sin omega t is equal to L into di by dt, which implies di by dt is equal to Vm sin omega t by L. We brought this term L, the inductance L into the LHS, then it becomes division. The basic mathematics, di by dt is equal to Vm sin omega t by L. Then what is di? So here we get di by dt is equal to Vm sin omega t by L. Therefore, di is equal to Vm by L into sin omega t. We brought this dt to RHS. So it becomes sin omega t dt. Di by dt is equal to Vm sin omega t by L. Therefore, di is equal to Vm by L into sin omega t dt. Then how we can find out the expression for current? This di is for small current. The small current di is equal to Vm by L sin omega t dt. We want to calculate the total current that is passing through the inductor when it is connected to an AC voltage source. How we can calculate the total current from this equation?
Integration.
By integration. Very good. So by integrating, we get integral di is equal to integral Vm by L into sin omega t dt. So di is equal to Vm by L into sin omega t dt is a small value of current that is passing through the inductor. In order to obtain the total value of current that is passing through the inductor, when we are applying a voltage source of EMF is equal to Vm sin omega t, we need to integrate that expression. So integral di is equal to integral Vm by L into sin omega t dt. So here integral di is equal to integral Vm by L into sin omega t dt. Again, integral di, integral of derivative of current, that is equal to integral of derivative of a function is that function itself, that is I. I is equal to, here V, M and L are constant, we can take it outside. So Vm by L into integral sin omega t dt. Sin omega t dt. So I is equal to Vm by L into integral sin omega t dt. Again, in mathematics, we study an equation for integral sine 2 theta. What is integral sine 2 theta? Those who are taking the mathematics subject, try to say integral sine 2 theta.
Minus cos 2 theta by 2.
Minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Right. Similarly, here instead of this phase angle 2 theta, we have the phase angle omega t. So what is integral sine omega t dt? Integral sine 2 theta d theta is equal to minus cos 2 theta by 2. This is the general expression. Similarly, here we have instead of 2 theta, here we have omega t dt. So what is the value of integral sine omega t dt? Integral sine omega t dt.
Sin omega t by omega.
Integral sine omega t dt.
Minus cos omega t by omega.
Yes, minus cos omega t divided by omega. So this is the solution of integral sine omega t dt. Integral sine omega t dt is equal to minus cos omega t divided by omega. So you can take it as a side note. Here integral sine omega t dt, integral sine omega t dt is equal to minus cos omega t divided by omega. Therefore, I is equal to Vm by L into S.
Can you see the last equation?
This is the equation to solve integral sine omega t dt. But integral sine omega t dt is equal to minus cos omega t by omega. So this entire term will be equal to minus cos omega t by omega. So we can write I is equal to Vm by L into minus cos omega t divided by omega. Or we can take that negative sign outside, it becomes I is equal to minus Vm by L cos omega t. We can just rearrange, take this omega to here. Minus Vm by L omega into cos omega t. I is equal to minus Vm by L omega into cos omega t. And here, this L omega is equal to chi L. Pronunciation is chi. L omega is equal to chi L. And this chi L is known as inductive reactance of the inductor. Chi L is known as the inductive reactance of inductor. So here we get I is equal to minus Vm by L omega into cos omega t. But this L omega is not equal to chi L. Chi L is the inductive reactance of the inductor. You don't need to study the derivation for this inductive reactance. Study this equation. L omega is equal to chi L. Chi L is the product of L into omega, and where this chi L is known as the inductive reactance of inductor. Then the expression for current becomes I is equal to minus Vm divided by, instead of L omega, here we can substitute chi L, because L omega is equal to chi L. So instead of this L omega, here we can write chi L and cos omega t. Is it okay? Any doubt up to here? Okay. And according to Ohm's law, we know that I is equal to, according to Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R, where R is the resistance, V is the potential difference, I is the current. Similarly, here we are going to derive an expression for the current that is generated in the inductor when it is connected to an alternative voltage source. So here I is equal to V by R, and here this XL is known as the inductive reactance, which have the same function as that of the resistor in a resistor. We know that resistor is something that is opposes the flow of current. So in the case of inductor, instead of this resistor R, here we have another term chi L, that is the inductive reactance. That is a something that is resist the flow of current through that of the inductor. So here we get Vm divided by chi L. What is this Vm by chi L stands for then? I is equal to V by R. In the case of a resistor, I is equal to V by R. But here we have inductor with inductive reactance XL. So Vm by XL is equal to Im. Okay. Vm by XL is equal to Im, because here the current that is developed in an inductor is alternative in nature, alternating current. So that is why we are representing it by Im. Maximum value of alternating current is developed in that inductor, that is given by Im. So by Ohm's law, we know that I is equal to V by R. Similarly, in the case of inductor, instead of resistor with resistance R, here we have inductor with the inductive reactance XL. The inductive reactance have the same function as that of a resistor. It opposes the flow of current through the inductor. So we can write Im is equal to Vm by XL. So here Vm by XL is equal to, not XL, chi L. Vm by chi L is equal to Im. Vm by chi L is equal to Im. This chi L have the same function as that of a resistor in a resistor. Okay, it is the same function. This chi L is actually equivalent to that of a resistor in the case of a resistance value in the case of a resistor. So Vm by chi L is equal to Im. Then the equation for, or the expression for current becomes I is equal to minus, I is equal to minus, instead of this Vm by chi L, we can substitute this value of current Im, minus Im, and what is the remaining term? Cos omega t, minus Im cos omega t. I is equal to minus Im cos omega t. And here we know that alternating current is a current that varies like a sine function with respect to time. Alternating currents are those current that varies like a sine function with respect to time. But here it is varies in terms of cos function. Instead of sine function, here we get I is equal to minus Im cos omega t. Instead of sine function, here we have cos function. So we need to change this cos term in terms of sine term. We need to convert this cos omega t in terms of sine omega t. Okay. And in trigonometry, sometimes you may be studied that what is cos theta? Cos theta. There is a relation between cos theta and that of the sin theta in trigonometry. Any idea? In trigonometry, we study an equation. Sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Similarly, here instead of this theta, we have a phase angle omega t. So we can write sin 90 minus omega t is equal to cos omega t. So we are going to make this substitution here. This is the general expression. Sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. This is an equation that we are normally used or studied in mathematics, in trigonometry. So sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. But here instead of the angle theta, we have the phase angle omega t. So you just substitute instead of theta, here we can substitute the phase angle omega t. It becomes sin 90 minus omega t is equal to cos omega t. Then the equation becomes I is equal to minus Im into, instead of cos omega t, here we can substitute sin 90 minus omega t. Sin 90 minus omega t. Now we can take this negative sign into the bracket. It becomes I is equal to Im into sin minus 90 plus omega t. Take the negative sign into the bracket. I is equal to minus Im sin 90 minus omega t. Now in the next step, take this negative sign into the bracket. It becomes I is equal to Im sin minus 90 plus omega t. Or we can write I is equal to Im sin, take this positive value first. It becomes sin omega t minus 90. Just to rearrange it. I is equal to Im sin minus 90 plus omega t. So in the next step, we take this positive value first. It becomes I is equal to Im sin omega t minus 90. So here we get the value of current. I is equal to Im sin omega t minus 90. This is the value of current that is generated in an inductor when it is connected to an alternative source of EMF. V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So can you say here, what about the phase? Does the current and that of the alternative source of EMF are along the same phase? Does they are in the same phase? In the case of resistor, we get the voltage V is equal to Vm sin omega t. And the current I is equal to Im sin omega t. The phase angle of both of them will be the same. It is omega t. But now in the case of inductor, here V is equal to Vm sin omega t. The same voltage source we are applied to the inductor. When we are applying the same voltage source of V is equal to Vm sin omega t to an inductor, we get the value of current I is equal to Im sin omega t minus 90. Does they are in the same phase? Say yes or no?
No.
No. So in the first case, that is if the AC voltage through a resistor, they are in the same phase because both of them have the same phase angle omega t. But in the case of AC voltage through an inductor, there will be a difference in phase angle. Here the alternative source of EMF with a phase angle omega t, but an alternating current with a phase angle omega t minus 90. That is, here the phase angle is lag by 90 degree. Or here we can say the current is lag 90 degree than that of the EMF. Here the current lags 90 degree than that of the EMF. Okay, it's the time.